Coast to Coast Pick 5. $1 minimum. Player-friendly 15% takeout. Coast to Coast Pick 5.
Hey everyone, Ashley Mailloux here with the Daily Racing Form. We're going to take a look at the Coast to Coast Pick 5 for this Saturday, January 20th. Gets kicked off at Gulfstream Park in race number 9. It's the Sunshine Classic featuring those Florida breds. And I like two horses in here. I think the horse to beat on paper obviously is the morning line favorite, the number 1 Octane. He's been great to watch since his 3-year-old season all the way to his 5-year-old campaign. I thought his most recent win was very impressive. He got a 97 Beyer speed figure, just 1 tick off his career best. And I think he draws the inside. He's got some tactical early foot. But I think if someone's going to beat him, it's going to be the number 2, Lure Him In. And we're actually going to take a quick look at his most recent win. It was back on November 25th. He got a nice trip just off the pace. And we're going to look at the stretch run here. He makes a really nice move. He's going to draw clear here by 2 lengths. He's going to beat Black Belt. You look at that field, I know he only had 5 other competitors, but I think this is the sort of performance where visually I like that he had to grind it out. You can see he is responding in the stretch to Edwin Gonzalez. I'm just excited to see him, just his 3rd start since September. And look at him. I mean, he can run on anything. He's been very consistent throughout his career. He's 7 for 40. And I just think he's adjustable. He's been able to close from pretty far back. He can be a little bit more forward. And as I mentioned earlier, I think if anyone can beat Octane, it's Lure Him In this field. Now, the next race, we stay at Gulfstream Park. 7 furlongs, a nice allowance optional claiming event here. A little wide open. You look at this field, there's 9 entered. I think some of the horses that are going to take a lot of love in here are the 2 Let It Ride and the 5 Super Chow. If this race was going 6 furlongs, I think Super Chow, to me, would be the better fit. I do think last time out, though, he raced very well and just got denied. And that race suggests maybe added distance, but he is 0 for 2 at 7 furlongs. And the horses that I'm interested in, just a couple. I think Baby Yoda, I know he was winless in 2023, but has a good record at the 7/8 distance. And I think he's coming out of some tough spots in New York, so I'm excited to see him. I mentioned the 2 Let It Ride. Bounced last time, but lots of positive things to take away from his other 3 starts. Very impressive back on November 4th at Aqueduct, and I think to see him in this spot to regroup is a very positive sign. And finally, the 8 Deer District. You wonder what this 4-year-old has to offer, because last year, pretty strong. I mean, he's really done nothing wrong in his career. He was 2nd in the Grade 2 Amsterdam. He was able to make up some ground, but just could not get to the winner in that race. And prior to that, he was a really nice winner at Churchill. So he might be very tough in this spot. Excited to see him, though, off that little bit of a freshening. So in there I go 1, 2, and 8. We stay at Gulfstream Park and wrap it up there with race number 11 in their part of the sequence. 1.16 on the turf, maiden special weight competition. I spread in here. I think the 3 most Espresso's intriguing. Going to try the turf for the first time. Had to tackle the dirt on debut. I don't think really liked the off-going. Has been on the shelf for a little bit. I think it's nice to see the rider get the call here. Murphy's been riding very well from the limited number of starts he's had at Gulfstream. Teaming up here with Brendan Walsh. I also like the 7 Co-Invest, first-time starter Todd Fletcher and Irad Ortiz teaming up here for Rapoli West Point Thoroughbred combination. And this horse is certainly purchased for a big price and seems to be working well at Palm Beach Downs. The 9 is also intriguing. A firster here for Chad Brown, Tyler Gaffleon in the irons, a nice pedigree. You can see should love the turf. And then finally, speaking of pedigrees, I used the 10 in here, 15-1 on the morning line, the Dover Spectre, a first-time starter by English Channel. You see the mare there, Spooky Kitten. This is a sibling to Spooky Channel, and we know how good Spooky Channel was in his career. Excited to see this one. Maybe he'll need a little bit of a race, but hey, pedigree suggests he might be able to run. Now we'll go to the 4th leg of the sequence. And go to Santa Anita. We'll stay out there. Maiden $50,000 claimers, race 5, 1 mile on the turf. And I was torn here. I did like 3 horses, but in terms of the budget and what I thought I should play here, I only used 2. I used the 5 in here for Doug O'Neill, and I also used the 8, also trained by Doug O'Neill. That's potential spam. I didn't want to miss one of these horses. I thought the 5 was very intriguing. He's only have 2 starts, both on the dirt. Now they're trying everything. First off, the layoff. I'm going to put him on the grass. First time gelding, first time Lasix. I know they're throwing a lot at him, but I also thought, looking at that and seeing who's booked to ride, Juan Hernandez, I don't think is a bad thing at all. So I found that one intriguing. 5-1 on the morning line. And then his stablemate, I thought on paper, was the horse to beat. Coming out of maiden special weight events, in for the tag for the first time, has experience going long on the turf, and not only getting first time Lasix now as that newly turned 3-year-old, but also getting blinkers on. And then finally, we'll wrap it up here. The final race of the sequence, it's race number 6 from Santa Anita. Stake bred competition, fillies and mares, allowance optional claiming, 6.5 on the dirt. Let's keep it simple. I'm going to single the number 5, Scary Fast Ride. I know this horse is the 9-5 morning line favorite, but she's rightfully so. Second last time out in Golden Gate in the Bear Fan. Prior to that, though, just missed. I just think everything is right for this one, finds herself in the right spot. So that is my pick 5 ticket for Saturday in the Coast to Coast. You can see it go 1-2 with the 1-2-8, with the 3-7-9-10, with the 5-8, with the 5. So it's a $48 play for me in this $1 wager. Best of luck.